This game sees North Star Roller Derby up against Texas Rollergirls Chainsaws.
Yeah, this is going to be good. We've got North Star in green, Texas in their white with red accents, which frankly I always love.
Yes, they've got a theme. It goes, it works.
Who would have thought blood splatter is the theme to beat?
Is the way to go. Before we start this game, I'd like to try something. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. Thank you. Non-biased, we swear.
I think there was about 12 people that heard you say that. So congratulations, that's more than I thought.
Thank you. It worked for one person. I saw it happen. Little false start there.
Whistles. Whistles happen.
Whistles happened. Speedo jamming for Texas in this first jam of the game.
And Slim Sadie for North Star. Taking that outside line, Slim Sadie finding quick perch, picks up lead.
Speedo pops out the outside, still trying to make Speedo clear on the initial.
Let's see what those points. One singular point.
There's a singular point, which means there was a point.
Which means we've also had our first lead change, because now we officially have someone in lead.
Someone in the lead. That's true. That's true. On the line for Texas, we've got Milagritos.
And Katarina hit.
Milagritos goes to the outside, cycles back just a little ways.
Both of these jammers stuck behind those tripods. But Milagritos is out first and lead for Texas.
Katarina hit, still pushing up against that brace 3 wall of Texas. That pod not moving hardly any. Bridge work happening in between the two pods. One to beat for Katarina hit, and Katarina hit makes it through on the initial. We've got an out of play call being assessed. Ooh, that was a hard hit. Out of play call was assessed on Blue Jay. 2 points went up for Texas on that jam. That's our second lead change of the game. We haven't been. Up for Texas, we have got Meg Riot.
Out on the line, we've got that combination of Crust Almighty, Daryl B. Blood, Rude Barb, and Jim Rat for North Star. Making room, Sassberry picks up a penalty as jammer for North Star.
And here's our first 2-minute jam of the game. Because Sassberry was assessed lead before getting that penalty. So now all eyes on Meg Riot. Meg Riot with that power jam. North Star doing major blocking work. We've seen some great blocking work today in the first game and now continuing into the second game. North Star's blockers doing a great job keeping Meg Riot caught and killed.
And as we saw in yesterday's Texas game, Meg Riot is a force of nature on that track.
I agree entirely. Sasbury back on the track and clear on the initial. Riot lead jammer. Meg Riot is the jammer at front, though. Sasbury is up in front. 4 points go up for Sasbury.
Beautiful inside line, just smooth. Meg Riot just picks up those points easy for Texas. Well, with that being some time, we actually have some points.
We do. It's 10-9. And the penalty box is clear in honor of Chubatuth. Jamming for Texas is Hell's Kitten. I messed that up a lot. It's my fault.
As long as you do better next time, that's really all we want.
That's right. And
recognize what you did wrong and do better next time.
It's always the first time Hills jams I mess up, and then it's over with. Katarina hit jamming for North Star. Forearm call being assessed on a Texas blocker.
Katarina hit, able to get past those final few Texas blockers, is lead.
Katarina hit with the shirt whip off of her blocker. 4 points for Katarina.
Smaller pack than usual out there as both teams have one blocker in that penalty box.
There's been a star pass for Texas. Number 19, Smart Alex, jamming now for Texas. Whistles being blown every which way.
Want to say a big thank you to our officials for the day. Eggs Benedict, Beef Chief, Torque Mama, Cleo Smackia Jones, No Ship, Sherlock, Umpire Strikes Back, 9-Inch Wheels, Aces and Skates, and Don Scorleone. But that's only half of them.
Speedo jamming for Texas. Taking on, was that Slim Sadie?
That is Slim Sadie indeed.
Speedo picking up lead for Texas. That is only the second lead jammer status for Texas this game. Speedo with the outside line hop.
Beautiful little hop over Saltine there before Speedo calls it off. Just beautiful.
That's a Speedo special right there. Sounds like Speedo's got some fans. Mila Gritos on the line for Texas. Think that Sasbury once more for North Star. Both skates stayed in for Milagritos, so she's assessed inbounds. Milagritos picking up lead jammer. Sasbury taking the O from the pivot. Very loose pack work. No points up for Sasbury. 2 for Texas.
Milagrios getting that double information from both sides of the bench, not only bench staff, but also third base coach to call it.
Call it. Meg Riot once more for Texas.
And Slim Sadie. Both of these teams seeming to have a fairly routine jammer pool, at least at this point. Slim Sadie through picks up a lead for North Star. Meg Riot recycled to that outside, having to go all the way back. But coming up against that between Kilroy and Karen and Blue Barracuda, those are 3 blockers I do not want to get stuck behind in any capacity.
Absolutely not. Meg Riot got through with a star stash, but North Star said, no thank you, I'll take my points and quit.
I will take my points and go home, thank you.
Yes, I will take them and go.
With those 6 points, we have another lead change. North Star currently sitting at 23 to Texas's 17.
I see Hell's Kitten on the line for Texas.
Katarina hit for North Star.
Hell's Kitten goes down hard on the outside, courtesy of Jim Rat. Mayhem West and Marisi Living doing some blocking for Texas, playing some defense with their offense with their defense.
Beautiful run back there by Jim Rat, causing Hell's Kitten to have to recycle almost all the way back to that jammer line.
Star pass for Texas. Blue Jay now jammer of record.
Katarina hit on the other hand, picking up points and calling it off for North Star.
Looking at early stats, looks like North Star's been a little more successful picking up lead jammer in this early part of the first half. Let's see if Speedo can change that for them. Jamming against Speedo is Sasbury. Big hello to our Twitch feed.
Hello, everyone out there in Twitch land.
Out of play is called. Sasbury will be declared lead jammer. Speedo being hauled back behind Red Panda. Red Panda with the drawback on that one. Speedo pulling the helmet cover. No pack is declared. Speedo coming once again back in behind Red Panda. Speedo on the outside. 4 points go up for Sasbury. And Speedo clear on the initial. Four points and the call off by Sasbury brings North Star to 35 to Texas's 17. Slim Sadie rolling up to the line and joining Slim Sadie is Milagritos for Texas. Milagritos finds the inside line, falls, but not sure if they were inbounds or not. Does recycle a little bit of a ways.
Always better to be smart.
Always better to play smart and defensive. Milagritos is declared lead jammer. That's 2 in a row lead jammers for Milagritos.
Excellent.
Milagritos stuck behind that tripod of green blockers, getting a little bit of offensive help from Smart Alex. Meanwhile, Slim Sadie stuck through on the initial, but not too sneaky for Milagritos. The call-off came just in time. 4 points went up for Milagritos, which is the first point scored in 4 jams for Texas Rollergirls.
We're about halfway through this first half of the second game on day 2 of the Have a Nice Day tournament in the fetching Hopkins, Minnesota.
I see Meg Riot jamming for Texas.
Katarina hit with the star for North Star. Both jammers go into that inside. Meg Riot being shut down a little, needing to figure out a different direction as both of these packs form, reform, and form again.
Direction of gameplay being called on somebody. I hear the whistles. See the signal. Don't see who's exiting the track. Oh, it's Metallica Breath for Texas taking that penalty.
Meg Riot stuck at the back of that pack, pushing. Katarina hit at the front, pushing. Katarina hit finally clears that engagement zone, picks up lead with Meg Riot still stuck behind Crust Almighty, Jimrat, and Rude Barb's tripod.
Someone's got some big lungs here in the arena.
That could be any number of people, frankly.
4 points go up for Katarina and hit. Meanwhile, Meg Riot fighting hard at the rear of the pack. Gets through on the inside by the grace of Metallica Breath's blocking. Three points up for North Star on that pass. No points for Texas on that jam.
Want to finish out a thank you to our officials that are helping us here today on this Bacon the Question. Duke Skellington, Elemento, McWinkle, Doesn't Matter, Panic at the Lolo, and Spike. If we didn't have officials, we couldn't play roller derby.
That is so true. This is an all-volunteer sport. We don't get paid to be here.
Nope. Sasbury picking up lead like she does get paid to do it, though.
Meanwhile, Texas jammer Milagritos still fighting hard against all 4 North Star blockers. The penalty box is empty. Milagritos getting put out by Weird Val. 4 points going up for Sasbury. Track cut being assessed on the Texas jammer. We've got a power jam now for North Star.
So it's going to be 30 seconds for Sasbury to try and increase that point differential. But these first 10 to 15 have been fairly difficult trying to clear.
Sasbury calling off the jam, freezing the Texas jammer in the box. And up for North Star, we've got Slim Sadie with the power start. A little bit of action at the pivot line on the whistle.
Slim Sadie through, picks up lead. Milagritos out and trying to engage with that back wall of blockers in green.
That back wall of blockers is really doing some work back there. Milagritos not getting an inch of space to get past. Going out several times to the inside.
When you're dealing with a wall the likes of Karen Crust and Blue Barracuda, you might as well just sit down.
4 points go up for North Star. No points for Texas on that jam.
Just under 12 minutes remaining in this first half. North Star sitting at 54 to Texas's 21.
Wow. Rolling up to the jam line for the first time this game is Impact Play.
Impact Play. First time on the jam line, but has been jamming in the previous Texas bouts.
Jammed, yeah, for the first time this game. Does jam for Texas on a more sporadic basis.
Oh, okay. I just remember watching the Texas bout and hearing a lot about Impact Play and being very impressed.
Impact Play with some pretty impressive legwork going on there in the front, just pushing those green blockers. And Impact Play is declared lead jammer, ending a dry spell for Texas.
And we have a star pass to Jim Rat for North Star. Impact Play calls it off.
So that brings us to 25-54. That's one of the very first times that North Star has been held scoreless in about 4 jams.
Timeout being called by Texas.
Now's a good time to take a look at the penalties just to see if any patterns are emerging early on. Nothing really apparent to me. Got a couple with 2, couple with 1, but nothing huge. Jammer penalties 1-1.
The only big difference is that Texas has 7 versus North Star's 5. No one is any grave danger.
Which is good because we're only about, a little over halfway through the first half.
Yep.
You should hope that you're not in danger by that point. Otherwise, you might be questioning what you're doing out there. Either that or having a really bad day. Or both. And the famous T2K3 cheer from the sidelines. That would be the Texas.
T2K3.
Yes. Texas.
Kill. That's. I have never heard it referred to that.
It's a shortcut. So you don't have to say it all. I've got a lot of talking to do today. Got to save the voice.
Yeah.
But that would probably be the Texas Rollergirls All-Stars. And Texas Speedo takes the lead jammer. I can English sometimes. Sasbury hot on her wheels with 5th gear engaged. Got a Speedo special with the hop. 2 points up for Speedo, 0 for Sasbury.
Meg Riot and Slim Sadie both donning the stars. Thick pack, slow moving right off that jam line.
The front of the pack hasn't even made it hardly past the pivot line.
Slim Sadie through and lead. Ooh, able to find purchase on that inside line.
Wow. Rolling up to the jam line is Katarina Hitt, taking on number 48, Spread Eagle. Spread Eagle, this is the first time we've seen this game. That's another jammer that jams on a relief basis, seems like. And it's Texas's Spread Eagle taking lead jammer.
Star pass to Jim Rat for North Stars.
Jim Rat with the apex leap. Nets 1 point before the first whistle.
That was a beautiful apex jump from Jim Rat there to pick up 1 point. But if you could see, the jammer needed to jump up and down to be seen.
Yes. To call off that jam.
Texas Jammer was a little bit shorter than North Star blockers.
Yeah. We've got Milagritos jamming for Texas. And I've lost North Star's jammer, but I think that's Sasbury.
Sasbury, you've got it with Milagritos. Ooh, both of them clearing that pack.
Nice
but Sass is first lead. Let's see what happens.
And the pack speeds up. The call off by Sasbury, preventing any points from being scored. Double donuts for the first time this game.
Oh.
Speedo facing off against Slim Sadie. Speedo and Slim Sadie have seen each other a couple times this game, about 3.
Slim Sadie at the front, Speedo at the back.
Speedo to the inside and then the out. Speedo with 1 to beat, gotta recycle.
When Crust is that last one to beat, you need to be quick on your feet. Slim Sadie able to find that inside line, picks up lead. Hot on the heels, though. Speedo.
I believe this is double donuts. This is second double donuts in a row. We got a North Star blocker with a seat in the penalty box as Milagritos rolls up for Texas, taking on Katarina Hit. So Texas with the blocker advantage.
Both of these jammers looking to find that tiniest little hole.
Lead jammer goes to Texas as Milagritos.
Star pass for North Star. That is Jim Rat, your jammer of
the
note.
only pivot taking stars at this time for North Star.
Do you want to know a secret?
What's the secret?
Jim Rat is a very effectively used jammer on the home teams.
Ah, I see. So they
and is often a jammer when needed for travel teams.
There we go.
Shouldn't really be a secret since Jim's taken the star how many times at this point?
3 times at this point. We've
but
got.
Shh! Don't tell anybody.
Shh. That is. Oh, that's Spread Eagle taking lead jammer for Texas. Jamming up against number 906, Sasbury. Sasbury also a very successful jammer most of the time, just Spread Eagle got the jump. Weird Val taking a seat in the penalty box.
Being joined by Metallica Breath.
Sasbury at the head of the pack with 2 to beat.
Red Panda and Crust doing their best to give Spread Eagle the business.
Four points went up for Texas, which is the first score for Texas in a couple. Oh, wait, I'm wrong. Second 4-point jam for Texas in a row.
Both of these teams starting with 1 blocker in the box, so a 3-on-3 pack.
And that's Speedo versus Slim Slady once more. Slim Sadie headed to the penalty box, leaving Speedo with the power jam. Speedo going out to the inside, ceding ground and coming in behind the pack. Speedo taking lead jammer in turn 2. That's 3 in a row for Texas. Speedo putting on the quick feet there in between turns 1 and 2. But the call off from Speedo freezes North Star in the box. Ooh, got to shake that one out. Meg Riot jamming for Texas in the power start. Slim Sadie in the box. Meg Riot hops out, but comes right back in. Jim Rat, that is Crest with the last block. Meg Riot taking lead jammer.
Nice hit to that outside there by Grit, causing Slim Sadie to have to recycle all the way back to turn 2.
Once again, Crust the last to beat. Puts 4 points up for Meg Riot. Jim Rat, Meg Riot. I'm going to get this wrong all day. 4 more points for Meg Riot. Jim Rat with the block on Meg Riot.
There was a whistle. Looks like a blocker from Texas reporting to the penalty box.
It did. Once again, we've got a star pass for North Star. Jim Rat taking the star. Just waiting for those final points to see what the score total is. So that's a 12-point jam for Texas Rollergirls, highest scoring jam of the game thus far.
Highest at 12 points. Whew.
We're now sitting at 53-59 in favor of North Star, a stone's throw from a potential lead change. And this is intermission. We'll see everybody back in about 10 minutes.
All right.
So what's happening now is North Star was able to get an official review in before intermission was called. So that's what's happening in the center of the track right now. We are not in intermission. As we wait with bated breath to find out what the verdict is.
Do love a good last-minute official review.
Yes. we'd be getting them knocked out real good. Waiting for the word on this official review. Okay, so intermission has begun. 10 minutes until the resuming derby. I wonder if they're going to tell us what happened. It looks like Texas lost their review.
North Star. Wait.
Okay, we're just about back to the action. So, Luz, tell us about those official reviews at the end of the half.
Official reviews, plural, that's correct, because both Texas and North Star had one. Long story short, Texas was looking for a call. It didn't stand. And North Star was looking for something to be taken away, and that didn't stand. So they both used their official reviews. They both lost their official reviews, but because it's the second half, they get them back anyways.
Thank you very much. So back to the action once more. And looking at the line, I see Spread Eagle jamming for Texas. I see North Star's jammer in the box. That was, if you recall,
Slim Sadie.
Slim Sadie. Thank you very much, because I didn't recall very well. And Spread Eagle takes lead jammer for the first jam of the second half. Three points went up for Spread Eagle. There was a no pass, no penalty for the fourth.
North Star jammer out of the penalty box.
No points go up in that pass for Slim Sadie.
With those three, Texas inching ever closer to North Star's 59. Texas, we have a tie, 59-59, because I started talking before I should have. Katarina hit with the star for North Stars, going up against Texas's Milagritos. Milagritos finds that outside line, even Saltine not able to chase them down.
Texas blocker taking a seat in the penalty box. Did not see the hand sign on that one. We're still looking for the initial on Katarina Hit. Milagritos in the back of the pack fighting hard against those North Star blockers. Katarina Hit getting some offensive help there from Saltine. They're going to have to let Katarina Hit go. That stretched out too far. Katarina Hit now clear on the initial. Two points all for both teams.
It appears to be 2 points apiece. So this tie continues.
This tie continues. I tell you what, Luce, this has been quite the game. We've had some lead changes. We've had ties. We've had tight gaps, bigger gaps. It's really cool. Very much enjoying this. Meg Riot taking the star for Texas, jamming up against Sasbury.
Sasbury through, picks up lead. Both of those jammers going to the outside. Meg Riot falls, gets back up, recycles. Sasbury finds a way through for 3 points. Life will find a way. Points will find a way. Roller derby will find a way.
Speaking of finding a way, we found a way to a star pass. Number 76, Liberty Bellringer, now the jammer of record for Texas. Not that it did much good. 4 points went up for North Star and no points for Liberty Bellringer.
With those 7 points, North Star 68 to Texas's 61.
Speedo jamming for Texas up against, I believe that is Slim Sadie once more. This is the second time this half. I got to specify.
I mean, when we're only on Jam 4.
Yeah. When we're down in Jam 15, 16, I'll have to count a little harder.
Slim Sadie just finding that open outside lane and using it. Puts on those thrusters, picks up lead.
Saltine shutting Speedo down and forcing the track cut on Speedo, leaving a power jam to Slim Sadie as Slim Sadie puts up 4 points for North Star.
So with this 30 seconds, how many additional points can Sadie add? Slim Sadie calling it off.
Freezes Speedo in the box. That's a frustrating position to be in.
With 3 points there, 75 for North Star, as we have Katarina Hit approaching that jammer line. Katarina Hit joined by Crust, Blue Barracuda, Kilroy, and Karen. Again, hello to all of our friends on Twitch as we stream this out to the internets.
Lead jammer has been declared, and it's Katarina Hit. Speedo bursts through that pack with a bust of extra speed, but it doesn't do much good at no points. Double donuts for this jam. Wearing the star for Texas is Milagritos once more, taking on Sasbury. And Milagritos takes lead jammer. Milagritos doing well for herself this half. We've got a completed star pass on the North Star side. Jim Rat, now jammer of record for North Star. Jim Rat through the pack, putting up 4 points for North Star. Three points went up for Milagritos. On the jam line, we've got Spread Eagle versus Slim Sadie.
Both of these packs starting with one blocker in the box. Slim Sadie making quick work of that, utilizing that inside line, picks up lead for North Star. Spread Eagle through on that initial pass as well.
Advantageous call off there by Slim Sadie, puts up 3 points. Prevents Texas from scoring anymore. Timeout has been called. That whistle means back to the action. Now we have a pairing that we have not yet seen. Impact Play versus Jim Rat. This is the first time Jim Rat has taken the star at the line. Impact Play we saw in the first half. And a jammer back up.
I love when jammers do this.
Impact Play unfazed. Back block call going to Impact Play. Impact Play going to take a seat in the penalty box. Jim Rat picking up lead jammer in the power jam. Jim Rat in complete control of the faculties here.
Yep.
Yep. As you were saying, quite the prolific jammer.
She is indeed.
Impact Play calling the jam after putting up 4 points for North Star. Jim Rat calls the jam. Impact Play frozen in the box. And what should my wondering eyes should appear but Katarina Hitt wearing a star.
As Impact Play is in that box.
Yep.
Katarina just sneaking by you on that inside there. Oh, don't you know?
Katarina staying in bounds.
Hope you're having a good day. Just gonna tiptoe right past ya. Katarina hit not picking up lead. No pass, no penalty. And with impact play taking the star off, this will be our first full 2-minute no lead jam of the second half.
Indeed. You said it. I was listening. Impact play at the head of the pack. With Jim Rat to beat, 4 points go up for impact play.
Delirium Trigger and Liberty Bell Ringer are just doing their darndest to make sure that Katarina Hit is finding no open space.
Impact play jukes around the North Star blockers, picking up 4 more points. That makes 12 points for impact play this jam. Impact play going out to the outside line. Katarina Hit still fighting hard at the head of the pack with 1 to beat. But they're going to have to let Katarina go. 4 points for Katarina Hit on that hard-fought pass.
$15 points that jam for Texas. Is that the highest point-scoring jam this bout?
Correct.
Woohoo!
Impact play came out of the box with a fire. Let's see how that fire translates to Milagritos as Milagritos is taking on Sasbury.
Sasbury and Milagritos, Mila through and lead for Texas.
Milagritos with the call off. Wow.
Mila picking up 3. Sass picking up 2. Oh, excuse me, 4. 4 for Milagritos.
Slim Sadie once more on the line, taking on Spread Eagle.
Spread goes to the inside. Sadie goes to the outside. Sadie finds that lead status.
Four points go up for Slim Sadie. Spread Eagle still fighting hard against that wall of green. Not an enviable position. Slim Sadie with another 4-point pass. Still looking for the initial on Spread Eagle. Completed star pass on Texas side to Liberty Bellringer, and the call off from Slim Sadie after 4 more points. That's a 12-point jam for Slim Sadie.
With those 12 points, North Star at 108. Texas held at 83. As we have hit that just under 15 minutes of this second half. Katarina Hit and Milagritos with the stars for their respective teams.
Milagritos getting pushed to the outside line. immediately on the inside line, but claims herself out of bounds and recycles herself. Better safe than sorry.
Katarina Hitt seems to be just picking a lane and sticking with it. Pays off as she is lead jammer. Milagritos with the final two blockers of Rude Barb and Saltine. Hot Pepper being that last blocker for Katarina to clear.
Milagritos clear on the initial. Four more points go up for Katarina Hitt. Milagritos putting up 4 points for Texas. Four points for Katarina Hitt, tying the highest North Star jam of the game, 12 points. That was Sasbury. Speaking of Sasbury, Sasbury's wearing the star once more, and we see Sasbury taking on Speedo. Lots of communication. We can hear it from the announcer's booth going on in the pack.
Sasbury pushing at the front. Last blocker to beat clears it and is your lead. Meanwhile, Speedo getting stuck behind Karen. Karen Kilroy, Crust, and Daryl B. Blood, if mine eyes do not deceive me.
I saw the same thing, so we might be having the same mirage.
Both of these jammers are just being stymied by those tripod blocking walls. Pyramids, I guess, not necessarily a wall.
Sasbury gonna have to come back in behind Hot Pepper. Completed star pass for Texas. Now jammer of record for Texas. We've got number 76, Larry Bellringer. Coincidentally, Liberty Bellringer, the top star taker for Texas at this point. And a new jammer on the line for Texas. We see Mayhem West take on Slim Sadie. Mayhem West into turn one, shoving on the North Star blocking line. North Star's blocking line not giving an inch, however. Same story at the back of the pack, juking back and forth. We've got Slim Sadie, Texas's blockers well braced. Penalty whistle is blown, and Slim Sadie takes lead. I'm sorry, that is Mayhem West taking lead jammer. Star pass on North Star side to Weird Val. 4 points go up for Texas. Val comes in hard to the back of the pack. 4 points for Weird Val. Track cut being assessed on somebody. So 12 points in that jam for a brand new jammer. Mayhem West brings Texas Rollergirls to 99 versus 127 in favor of North Star.
North Star calling for their first team time out in this second half. With 9 minutes, 12 seconds remaining on the period clock, Texas sitting at 99 to North Star's 127.
Do pay attention to the merch booth at the back of the table. North Star Roller Derby selling some merchandise. It's where the real money from the bout is made. Pick up some t-shirts. Help support the travel teams as they make their trips back and forth from HaND. Not sure if Texas brought merch. Texas bring merch. Texas not bring merch. Somebody signal to me. Nobody's paying attention to the announcers.
We're announcers. No one ever pays attention to us.
Except the Twitch feed. Hi, Twitch feed. That's Spread Eagle jamming for Texas. Slim Skady starting in the box. And Spread Eagle takes lead jammer with that power start. Slim Sadie is standing. I'm sorry. That's not Slim Sadie.
That's Baller. A little bit of a jammer do-si-do. Baller has been released, but that Texas jammer Spread Eagle reporting to the penalty box.
So we've got another 2-minute jam ahead of us. Gotta kind of... Val taking a small hip whip off of her teammate. Four points go up for Spread Eagle. 4 more points for Weird Val.
No lead, so this does come down to some time management for this full 2-minute jam.
Four more points go up for Texas, brings Texas to 111. That was a 6-point jam for North Star at 131. That was a defensive. That
was a hard jam to be involved in.
Yes. Every once in a while, it's like, okay, I can see what's happening, but I don't know how exactly to put it to words. So we've got Catarina Hit versus Milagritos. We've seen this pairing before this half.
Yep. Mila real good about juking back and forth, trying to find that opening. Catarina Hit taking more of a, I want to try to find one lane and just push, push, push.
Something I'm noticing about Milagritos, very jukey jammer, very jumpy, back and forth. Takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Speaking of taking a lot of energy, at the head of the pack, Catarina Hit, pushing hard against that braced wall. Someone's taking a penalty. It's the pivot for Texas. Catarina Hit being declared lead jammer. Katarina hit going through the inside line, 1 foot, 4 points.
Mila being dragged back to turn 4.
I'm enjoying the blocking stylings of Karen here.
Oh, track cut being assessed to Milagritos, so this will be a 30-second power jam situation.
With only 32 seconds left in the jam, this may freeze Milagritos in the box. 4 more points go up for Katarina hit. It's the story of the blocker line right now. Katarina hit calls off the jam after 3 more points. Freezes Milagritos in the box.
Mila is the only person in that penalty box, so we will have a full 4-on-4 of blockers.
Sasbury jamming once more for North Star. Lead jammer going to Sasbury. Metallica Breath taking a seat in that penalty box. Forearm call being assessed on a Texas blocker. 4 points go up for Sasbury. Four more points for Sasbury. Almost untouched. Milagritos clear on the initial. And boy, I bet they're glad of it. And the call off after 4 more points by Sasbury brings North Star roller derby to 158. With 2 minutes, 40 odd seconds left in the half.
Texas at 111, North Star 158. North Star doing a real good job with those 12 pointers.
Yes, yes. We've got Mayhem West on the line once more for Texas, taking on Slim Sadie. Mayhem West, having only jammed the one time before, was successful, I think, in that jam.
Might as well give it another shot. What's the best that could happen?
Yeah, exactly. Bridge work being done there by Marizi Livin for Texas.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. I do not envy either of these jammers, but poor Mayhem West is pushing so hard at the front. Mayhem West being taken to the outside line. The pack reforms. Mayhem West is going to recycle to the back of the pack. Still no lead jammer, more than a minute in.
More than a minute in and still no lead jammer.
It's the story of the blockers, and there it is, Mayhem West, lead jammer.
That took Mayhem a minute and 15 to pick up lead.
It's the story of the blockers, it really is. North Star's blockers not giving an inch is absolutely working to their advantage. 1 point goes up for Texas, breaking that scoreless streak, bringing them to 112 versus North Star's 158.
That period clock ticks down.
Hell's Kitten on the line for Texas, taking on Katarina Hit. Hell's Kitten blocking Katarina Hit out of the inside line. The Katarina Hit finds the outside to her liking and takes lead jammer. Hell's Kitten headed to the penalty box. That was a track cut on Hell's Kitten's part. That's the game. Period clock has expired. We are on jam time, folks. Katarina Hit puts up 4 points, calls off the jam. Currently, our unofficial final score shows 168 for North Star, 112 for Texas.
Until we hear that rolling whistle.
We have to assume that there's some conferences happening, making sure everything's good. This is a really cleanly fought game. If you look, the top penalty getter only has 4.
Yeah, 23 for Texas, 21 for North Star in total.
That's amazing. And that's our official final score. That rolling whistle tells us it's time to get ready for the next game. Say thank you to North Star Roller Derby. Thank you to Texas Rollergirls. And thank you, Loose Change, for coming out.
Thank you, Rainbow. It's been a pleasure. Have a great rest of your day, y'all.
And we will see everybody back here at 2 p.m. to see Red Stick versus Arizona Roller Derby. Thank you.